Well, it's the first week of November, and you know what that means? Oh, yeah. Christmas movies are here. Well, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of the best Christmas pageant ever, the newest film from director Dallas Jenkins. Alright, guys, here we are with another Kingdom Story Group production from Dallas Jenkins, who, of course, did The Chosen. The best Christmas pageant ever is, of course, based off a well-beloved Christmas novel that sees a group of individuals who every year put on what they consider the thing of the town, which is called the Christmas pageant. Now, in the process of everything, because this is a Kingdom Story Group movie, it is entirely religious, faith-based, where we have individuals who go to church, who are very much into the religious aspects. And on the other end of the spectrum, we have these young kids who are called the herdmans, who everybody dislikes because they are kids of a disparaged home, of a low rent income home. And so therefore, after the person that runs the pageant gets hurt, we, of course, have Judy Greer, who plays the main mom in this movie, who steps up to take over the Christmas pageant, brings in the Herdman children, her daughter, who's, of course, narrating the film, and Pete Holmes, who plays the father, have to contend with the very religious individuals who are not forgiving of such people because they're very hypocritical in a lot of respects. So it basically is the story, but put into Kingdom Story Group's kind of montage of sorts, I guess you could say. So with that said, Jesus Revolution, I've seen that. I've seen, of course, American Underdog. I haven't seen The Chosen because I'm just not a faith-based individual, but I do say about Kingdom Story Group is that their story messages are very family friendly, very heartfelt, and they're not the worst things I've ever seen. They just really rely on the religious aspect, which is something I don't really contend with, I guess you could say. I'm not very religious. I'm actually not religious at all. So some of this can feel a little preachy to me, and with the best Christmas pageant ever, I get why they took on this story because it is a very Christmas story / 8-bit Christmas style type of film where it's about this young girl who is, in the Christmas spirit, and she's part of the Christmas thing, and her mom gets sucked into the mix, and her dad is kind of there. But she kind of is trying to bring in these young kids who very much are like on the outskirts of popular society. And it ends up becoming a film that is a very family friendly, wholesome type of movie. And so to get into my honest review of this movie, and this is not a detriment to the film itself, but this movie just really isn't for me. I want to thank the studio for giving me a screener, allowing me to go see this movie early. But what the best Christmas pageant is a movie for audiences that really believe in the faith of religion, the faith of Christianity. It's a movie about how people save individuals from going down dark paths, save individuals from being very hypocritical in nature. It tries to have a very much sanitized Christmas story feel to it. And it's not necessarily to say that I hated this movie, but it got so preachy so much that I'm just like, I don't feel connected to this movie at all. I think Judy Greer and Pete Holmes are fine in this movie. I think they do their serviceable job. I think the young girl who plays Imogen Herdman does a pretty competent job. I think her kind of arc it leans into like her going from, this young girl who lives in this very poor homestead to becoming very of the, Mary, son of God, son of Jesus, very into faith and stuff like that. And there are parts in this where it does have fun with the Herdman children, but the whole point of the movie is to get them into the church setting and to have them start becoming good. And there's nothing wrong with that message. It's just it becomes so preachy that it almost becomes boring in a lot of aspects, and it doesn't structure it very well. So it's a movie that fits into the Kingdom Story Group arc, but as a movie that is an entertaining one, it's not in my cup of tea. So therefore, I wasn't a big fan of this movie. I think this movie tries, and there is a lot of passion from Dallas Jenkins, who apparently has been working on this film for a while. But when you go into like the preachy nature, it becomes too heady, too heavy. It becomes too much. It once again is trying to be like 8-bit Christmas, trying to ape the Christmas story so hard that it actually forgets what makes a Christmas story so good, which is a story that actually leans into some very dark natured places, with the kid wanting a BB gun, the lengths he's willing to go to get it, the fact that he curses, the fact that his old man curses, the fact that he has really unsavory human beings when it comes to the teachers and when it comes to the Bumpuses and of course to Scott Farkas. That's what this movie tries to do, but just doesn't do it very well. And the messages that it tries to represent is going to fit in a lot of people's bubble. But for a Christmas movie, there is so much better Christmas movies that are very family friendly, like A Christmas Story, that I would recommend more, that have good messages. You know, it's just the way it is. But once again, when you lean into the Christianity version of what this film is trying to do, if you like that type of thing, if you like American Underdog, or you like, you know, the other things they put out, like the Jesus Revolution, this is the perfect film for you. It's just, once again, not for me. So I don't recommend this if you're somebody like myself who's not very faith-based, religious, cultured. Definitely wouldn't recommend. But if you like those types of films, I think it's very family-friendly, very good-natured, and it isn't like graphically violent, or, you know, it's a very wholesome film. It's very sanitized. It is what it is. And once again, I think the Herman children have some fun with the goofy nature of being rebels and stuff like that. And I think Judy Greer tries to have a competent role going against the mothers, as this types of films do. But as a movie, it's just not my cup of tea. So that's where it leans. So it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but once again, these films are just not for me. So there you go. But with that said, that's going to do it. That's going to be my take on The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, which is now in theaters. There you go. In the comments below, do you like the Kingdom Story Group's films? Like, once again, American Underdog and, of course, Jesus Revolution, as well as The Chosen. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this movie. Let me know all that good stuff. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, awesome. Hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell. Top the fun's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys.